Well, hello, my paranormal peeps, and welcome back to another version of the Deep Woods Paranormal Podcast. My name is Matt Harvey. I'm here tonight actually with a special guest, my wife, Amanda Harvey.
Hello, everybody.
So she does the stories, Amanda's ghost stories on Wednesday nights, and she wanted to talk a little bit about that real quick.
Well, I just wanted to say that I haven't done very many. I'm really busy because of work, but I am going to change the format. It just got too confusing with me changing people's names, and those people who actually know me understood that and told me, hey, you kept switching the names up to the real people's names. So what I'm gonna do is just tell the story like it's me, because it is me. And so I'm gonna just from now on tell the real story, use the real names. I'm not gonna use last names. I think I was kind of afraid of what people would think of me. So that's why I switched the name up, but I'm over it, and I'm just gonna tell the story from the first person. And because
Yeah, and we have a lot of followers here in town. In fact, we had the pleasure of meeting one of them today. We were actually in town, and I'm not going to mention where we were, but we were doing something, going into a store, and somebody said, "Hey, you're that, podcaster," and we said, "Yep, we're the podcasters," and so we had a really good conversation with her, and maybe we'll have her on in the future. On a podcast. She does have a couple of people she knows that may be able to help us with Bigfoot research. So
with that being said, we are looking for people to contact us if they have an encounter or would like us to investigate their land and go,
yeah, so definitely we're always looking for new witnesses. Excuse me as I'm bouncing around in my chair here. So we're always looking for new witnesses, especially in the Bastrop, Texas, and Huntsville, Texas area. Bastrop is somewhere I've investigated 3 or 4 times. Huntsville, Amanda and I've been down into the national forest down there, I don't know how many times. Gotten lost on the back roads, ended up on a really scary road with no cell phone service, and got creeped out, and finally just went, we're out of here, because if something would have happened, nobody would have known, probably for days. I think it was a mining log road.
Pretty sure it was a logging road.
Yeah, but off that little road, there was an old hiking trail, and Amanda was kind of hanging out by the car. And I said, don't go anywhere. Keep your eyes open. I'll be right back. She's like, what? No, but I went up into the woods a little bit, and I could see loops and stuff like that. Couldn't see very far. I tried to take the camera. I think we have a YouTube video on it. But yeah, so I went up into there and was looking around and did see some interesting things. So you just never know. That's the Sam Houston National Forest. Supposedly they're all over the place in there. But our focus is actually just Huntsville. We're not looking for Sam Houston National Forest. If you witness something in the Sam Houston National Forest, by all means, please come forward and talk to us. There is no judgment. We don't laugh at you. We don't ridicule you. We are 100% serious. We want to hear about your encounter. We will not share your name. We will not share the location. We will not share anything with anybody. If you want to, tell us about your story, we would just love to hear it. If you're willing to, we can record it. We can put it on our show. We'd love to have that. And now that Amanda and I are officially a production company, we will be doing a lot more videos here in the next probably a couple months. We're going to start getting going here. So the young lady that we met, she says, okay, she was all excited. She's like, where are you guys going next? Either Huntsville or Bastrop. Bastrop is an area where let me just set this up for you guys. It's very forested. I mean, there must be thousands of deer down there. I drive through there for work. I drive in and around that area a lot for work, and especially late at night. And actually, I think I had a road crossing, a Bigfoot road crossing, happen right in front of me. Um, I was by myself. I just dropped off my crew to the location I was supposed to drop them off at, and something ran across the road, but it was on two legs, and its arms were swinging back and forth. It was just like a second or two. It only took like 2 or 3 steps for this thing to cross the road. It wasn't very big, maybe 7, 8 feet, but it was fast. It just went from one side of the road, came out of the forest, came across the road, straight over into the other forest. So now I can't say that was a Bigfoot for sure. It was just too fast of just too fast. It was dark. I did have my high beams on, but yeah, I don't know. It was like a split second. It was like there and gone. So, anyways, Bastrop seems to be a hot spot for them. Now, Bastrop is kind of isolated and has its own little forested area. It has the Colorado River, has lots of rivers around there. But there are pockets of Bigfoots all over the place. Huntsville is another one. People have seen Bigfoots up in Huntsville forever. So, our goal is, I've had numerous sightings. I've had the opportunity to see and experience these things for myself. Amanda, unfortunately, at this point, she's still waiting to have an experience, or as I say, an encounter. You can say that couldn't be anything else but. Now, she had, when we were in the Sam Houston National Forest, we were driving, you did have that one possible sighting, and then I saw something after you saw something. So can you kind of describe what you saw?
Well, I don't know what I saw, because it was just a movement in the forest, so I don't really know what I saw.
Yeah. Well, I remember her turning to me saying, I think I just saw a Bigfoot. I'm like,
I
wait a
saw
minute.
something big.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
like,
everybody says that there can't be bear in the forest, but maybe there is.
they say that our client Joe and a few other people have told me there's still bears out here. I don't know if that's true or not. He's in the forest way more than I am. He lives in the forest, and supposedly he's had a couple run-ins with bears in the East Texas area. And so I don't know if that's real or not. I believe him, but I don't know if they're still here or not. Supposedly they're extinct. So that's
the
our
ultimate goal would be to see one and prove it. That's what I want. Prove it.
Yeah, well, that's what I always say. You have to have an experience, not just a sighting, or you think you saw something like she was talking about, and she saw movement. You heard some tree branches snap.
Right.
You heard something walking. You heard a scream. You heard a howl. You heard of this or that. We've been lucky enough in the past to have people come forward and talk to us about the some of the stuff that we presented, and they tell us, "Oh, Matt, well, take a listen to this. Does this sound like what you heard?" And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, I think the most interesting to me, and why I'm still looking, is that 90% of the stories are the same. They're very similar. The story is very similar. I saw something that was very large, over 7, 8 feet tall, clear as day, hairy. It smelled. Rocks were thrown at me. Like, the story is the same, and we've been to different areas in Texas and even different areas in California, and still the story is the same. So that's intriguing, which keeps me looking and hunting.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our focus is kind of going to turn to Bigfoots. The problem right now is we've had almost a month where we've had almost every day at 100 degrees or more.
Oh, it's been so hot.
It's not only hot, it's humid and sticky outside.
And then I have asthma, so as soon as I walk outside, it's like the air is constricted. It's like walking through water. Everything is heavy, and so it's very difficult for me just to do anything in this heat. It's really, really oppressive.
Right. And I'm out at all hours of the night because of my job, but you're out at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, it's still 90 degrees out and it's still pretty warm. And I don't think our temperatures have dropped below about 85, 86 during the night and at all recently.
And
So
it's also harder in the forest because everything is dry, so we're really, really loud. It's easier when there's moisture in the forest because, yeah, you still hear something, but you can really hear us walking through the forest, and
yeah.
it's noisy. So it makes it very difficult to be
Mhm.
kind of searching for something if they can hear us from really, really far away.
Well, you think about Bigfoots, and this is all just theoretical. It's all just
Theory.
theory, based off of people's experiences and things that they think they've seen. But supposedly they can hear us, they can see us, they can smell us. Their senses must be so much better than ours. I mean, if you combined a monkey, an orangutan, and a gorilla together, um, and basically made them like human size or bigger, all the way up to maybe 20 feet tall, that's basically what a Bigfoot is. It basically looks like a giant gorilla. Well, not all of them. The red ones look more like chimpanzees. The black ones are usually the biggest ones. They look more like a gorilla. They have that more cone of a head. And then the brown ones, I've only seen a brown one, I think once or twice. And essentially they're pretty good size too, but they're usually more barrel chested. They're usually wider than the black ones. They're not as tall. They are the 7, 8 foot tall ones. And I've seen a couple of times where there's possibly been twins together, and that was out in Black Star Canyon. But anyways, so yeah, that's what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to find some really good hot spots out in Huntsville, and we want to know if anybody else has seen a Bigfoot in Bastrop. There's been several reports in the area that we've investigated, but we want to know if they're being seen other places. In Bastrop, it seems like they're juveniles. So whenever I go down there, I'm always a little bit leery because I'm going, okay, I'm seeing the juveniles. That means the parents are probably close by somewhere, or they're just dropping the kids off in this area because it's safe, and then they're coming back for them later or whatever. Who knows what they're doing? Or
The
maybe,
forest is babysitting the babies.
yeah. Well, it's right next to the Colorado River. These things supposedly know how to swim. There's been multiple reports of people possibly seeing them swimming.
It's like a play area. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. So essentially, I had one encounter down there where it looked like a person in a ghillie suit. I mean, they're my size and my shape, but they're more muscular and more toned. They're not heavy like me, but they're covered. They look like mops. The one that I saw daylight sighting, I just glanced. I saw something move and I glanced over. This thing froze, and it literally, like classic Bigfoot, had an arm forward, arm back, and you could just see the long hair coming off this thing. And as soon as it saw that I was turning my head to look at it, it booked. It took off. It ran in behind some vines. Bastrop is a really hard area because they don't need to create blinds in this spot. They have, you've seen it, babe. Um, there's vines, there's trees like that grow over in loops, and then the vines go straight down, so it creates a big blind. You can't see. I could stand right behind there. You could walk by me, not even know I was there.
It's very dense over there. So.
Yeah, it's very thick forest. And then as you walk down the Colorado River along this path, you get to the end there. There's another walkway. There's another path. And I'm going to share my screen with everybody. Man has not seen this yet, so let's go on to we're in the wrong place. Let's just go ahead and go back to where it was. All right, so this is the road going down to where we normally go. I was looking at this earlier because this is the end of where the trail basically is. As you can see, it's very thick over here. I was honestly looking here because I wanted to find a place to park. But if you go over here, let me see if I can see it again. And you start to zoom in. You start to, yeah, this is Google Maps. What is this?
Look at the arrow.
Look just above the arrow. What is that?
A hole?
Nope. Something black is standing there. See the brush, bushes are coming in around it. It's standing in between the bushes, looking at whatever's coming by. It's literally standing there and has a human-like shape. Here's an arm. It may be squatted down. You can see a knee here and maybe a knee over here. Head here. Chest.
I don't know, Dave, that's far-fetched.
Yeah, and like I said, you have to take all this with a grain of salt. You have to kind of
the image is blurry there, like they removed something or something.
Yeah, it's strange. But if you look around to the other places, this thing, there's something standing right here. There's something right here.
Up to the right, or my right, probably your left, there's like a tree or something that's broken in half. It's the only white thing in the picture.
Yeah, you're right here.
Keep going to the my right. My left. There we go. Go up.
Oh, I see it. Yeah,
it's like a tree that it's like gone. It's kind of
it looks like it.
Where all the other trees are a different color.
Yeah.
So
they did have a fire about 20 years ago in this area, wiped out this whole area, wiped out all the trees. They came in and replanted all the trees and stuff like that.
There's an address on the screen too. Is this someone's home?
No, this is just actually it's a business. Let me go back out. So it's a business.
Oh, it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. But if we keep going down the road and it clears up. Yeah.
Dogs are going crazy in the background.
Yeah. Sorry about the dogs. So if we keep going down this road, you can see on the left side, it's all just dense, thick forest.
I like to take the drone there.
Yeah, we need to get that up during the day. So let me get out of this mode if I can remember how to do this.
So the last time Google was out there, that was since 2019.
Okay, so this is the road I'm talking about. You and I have walked, we parked here.
Yeah, we've been there.
And we walked down this way about to here. We never went past here. This is
dark, that's why.
Yeah, well, this area was the area where
spiders everywhere.
Yeah, well, I've walked down this road. It's actually more like a road, actually, believe it or not. This is the boat launch for the Colorado River. This is where we had that kerplunk, something through something in the water. Yeah. And then as I was standing over there, something growled at me and had red eyes.
And also that's where the deer came running out of.
The deer came running out of up here.
Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, when the last time I was walking down this way, I don't remember. I don't know how far down I got, but I don't think I got this far. I think I got about halfway. I got to about here, and there was two trees, big trees, growing right next to each other. And they went up like this. And then the brush, of course, went over the top, kind of creating like a doorway. And I watched one of them walk through there. I can't say it's a Bigfoot. I saw a black silhouette, two black silhouettes, actually. One went in and then the other one went in and then kind of peeked back out at me. And I just got the feeling of, if you come in here, you're not going to leave. So this is why I've not returned to this location. I need to get in there during the day. And it's just, like I said, it's too hot right now. Bigfoot's now, these are just my experiences. This is based off of my research. If you've done your own research and you've had different accounts or different things happen, that's fine. I'm just basing this off of what I've experienced in my encounters. During the hot days, Bigfoots don't normally move around that much. I don't think they hunt. I think they hunt it more at night because that's when the deer are out too. Deer are out more during the night. And this whole area is just so covered with deer. I mean, I've driven up in this neighborhood. It's cool. It's a cool neighborhood. But
wow, I've never seen it. Looks like an Aztec.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Have you ever seen the Aztec like buildings? They kind of or something like that. It's very
Yeah, but when you drive up into here, I mean, there's just deer everywhere out here. It's scary how many deer are out here. And but if you come over to this side, the other side, there's nothing but basically open land. And there's some forest. We did see some forest, but I mean, you could walk
farmland right there.
Yeah, you could walk this whole area and pretty much nobody would ever probably see you.
And the state park is just on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, look at this whole area. Here's the golf club. So you can just walk right down here. You can follow this river. Let me look at something real quick. Let me zoom out. So Smithville, here's another Bigfoot sighting over here. Here's another Bigfoot sighting. Here's another Bigfoot sighting. All these blue marks are Bigfoot sightings. Here's another Bigfoot sighting. Here's another Bigfoot sighting. Here's another Bigfoot sighting. Here's another Bigfoot sighting.
Who marks those blue marks?
I do. These are mine. These are things I've researched online. I've got it from a credible source. But you can, if I zoom in on it even more. So this is Bastrop here. You can see there's just Bigfoot sightings all in this whole area. I mean, look, it's just like a giant circle. Another thing. Yeah, another thing is that I don't even want to talk about it, but anyways, so yeah, that's our future plans. We really want to talk to witnesses in Huntsville, Texas, and Bastrop, Texas. Like I said, you don't have to come on camera. You don't have to be interviewed or anything like that on camera. We just want to talk to you in person, have you show us where you had the experience, and so we can take a look around and maybe do an investigation in that area if we're able to, or something else. So anyways, that's what we're working on right now. We're going to be doing a lot more Bigfoot research. We're going to try and do an investigation every weekend coming up here, except for probably is it Labor Day or Memorial Day? Yeah, Labor Day.
Just need the weather to turn a little bit.
Yeah, it's supposed to start cooling down here at the end of the month. So, August through September, it's like 90 during the day, and in the late, and then in the 70s, high 70s, low 80s at night, which is bearable. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Thank you, babe, for coming on and going through the whole podcast with me. I appreciate it. She's going to be doing her own podcast here shortly and talking about, telling her stories. So that's coming. So thanks, guys, for listening. We appreciate you. If you want to send in a report, deepwoodsparanormal@gmail.com, or my cell, I don't really care. It's out there, 979-250-0072. It's all over the internet anyways.
And he answers his phone.
Yeah, actually.
Trust me, it's very annoying.
Yeah. I answer my phone at all the wrong times.
Yes, he does. So we have a very good chance of getting him, trust me.
Yeah. Or you can text me, or you can go through Facebook Messenger or anything else, any other social media. We're on almost everything. You can go message us through our YouTube channel too.
If you go on YouTube, like and subscribe, people.
Please, we appreciate your support. We're growing. We're starting more channels. Like I said, we're now a production company. We just started a survival channel on YouTube.
And I eventually want to do a lifestyle channel where I, do random videos about our lifestyle. So.
Yeah. So you'll see more about the dogs and the craziness that we go through. Amanda being pissed off at me because I'm bringing home dogs in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, geez. I don't know how many dogs we've rescued, but the last 2 are doing pretty well. We found, and then we found the owners for the one that jumped in your car.
Yes.
So, all right, guys.
Anyways, randomness.
Yeah. We'll be doing a lot of different things in the future. So if there's something that you guys want to see, let us know. If you want us to do a documentary, about something, let us know. And if you just want to come on the podcast to talk about your paranormal experience, it doesn't have to be Bigfoot. It can be UFO related, Bigfoot related, ghost and haunting. You lived in a haunted house.
It could be just an unusual experience that
makes
you go,
you were driving down the road and you saw something, you just couldn't explain what it was. So we do cryptozoology, we do hauntings, we do Bigfoot research, demonic activity, we do it, everything, UFOs, we research everything. So again, sorry for our rambling, but we just want to get this out there. You guys have a great night. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you later.